ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video. If my voice sounds a little off this video, it's because I went to a highly suspect rock concert the other day. It was my first rock concert and I very much enjoyed it. As you guys might have guessed from the title, yes, this video is about being a fool. And I will mostly be talking about myself. And I'll let you know in just a minute why. First of all, what is a fool? Well, I don't want to play the semantics game for long, but basically I'm going to be referring to a fool as being someone who doesn't really know what they're doing or what's going on. So my being a fool story started out a couple years back when I applied for an exchange to Santiago de Chile. This was for the university and I really wanted to go to South America, and this was just the perfect opportunity to do so. Anyways, for my application to Chile, they demanded pretty basic things. A letter of approval by my university, a transcript of the grades, and a language proficiency of B2? What? For those of you who don't know, a language proficiency of B2 in any language is basically fluent. At this point I was freaking out because the only Spanish I knew was una cerveza por favor, which translates into one beer please. But at this point I didn't give up because I really wanted to go. And so I wrote them an email stating that yeah, I don't actually have a B2 proficiency. I didn't tell them that I have no proficiency whatsoever, but that I'm working on it and then I'm gonna get it and send it later. And much to my surprise, they responded in a really Latino fashion. I suppose it shouldn't have been that much of a surprise. Anyways, they responded like, tranquilo, tranquilo, no te preocupes. And so that gave me a good feeling, and so I did. And so I did work on my Spanish, but by the time I was already accepted and on my flight to Chile, nobody had asked for the proficiency, and I didn't send anything because I didn't have anything. Now, I did take a 2 weeks intense Spanish language course before the semester started, and that was a huge help. But I still remember the struggle of my first couple of weeks in the city buying basic things. Yo necesito esa cosa. See? It was painful listening to myself. And the looks I would get. ¿Alguien habla inglés? And once the semester started, it wasn't much better. I mean, holy moly did I struggle just understanding lectures. I probably just understood around 40 to 50% of what was going on. I remember lectures cracking jokes and the whole audience would laugh. And I did as well because I didn't want to be left out even though I had no idea what was going on. Needless to say, I felt like a fool, and at times I was treated like one, but in a nice kind of way. As in, the local students understood my positions and didn't expect a lot from me, especially when it came to group assignments. I totally didn't pull my weight. And I always made sure to tell all the professors that I was a foreign exchange student. I remember writing my first exam and it was completely in Spanish. And the first thing I did was write my name on the cover and in big bold letters, the exchange student. And I passed. And those were those little milestones on the way to getting a grasp of Spanish. By the end of the semester, my Spanish was still far from perfect, but I felt that I had mastered it to the point where I felt very comfortable talking to strangers. I guess the moral of the story is that you have to be willing to be a fool before becoming a master in anything. And many people are afraid of being seen as a fool because yes, there are embarrassing moments of misunderstanding, mainly for yourself though. But the truth is that all the times that I felt like a fool, I made myself feel like a fool because I couldn't tolerate making mistakes and at times uttering complete gibberish. But honestly, it's totally okay. You're supposed to make mistakes as you go along. And of course, learn from those as much as possible. So you see, there's great wisdom in accepting and embracing your role as a fool. For in some sense, the path to mastery is paved by foolishness. Thanks for watching.